everyone. So my name is Maya Epipitogoran, and today I'm going to report my science topic which is globalism and globalization. So globalism refers to a network of connections that transcends distances of different countries in the world. So ang globalism is nag-refer na siya sa connection among different countries in the world. Well, ang globalization, it is the speed in which they become linked with one another. So ang kaning globalization is mo ni siyang speed sa connection sa mga different countries nga mo nakapalink nila into one another. So although globalism and globalization are often understood in terms of economy, so May 2002 gave four distinct dimensions of globalism. So the economic, military, environmental, and social. So first is economic globalism. So it refers to long-distance flows of goods, services, capital, and information, as well as makes exchanges. So ang economic globalism is mo na siya no, through trade, itong mga flows of goods and services nga ma-export or ma-import sa laing nasod. So mo na siya no, with that makabuo na siya o connection sa other countries. So mo na economic globalism through trade and services. So for example, international trade, multinational corporations, and global financial markets. So next is military globalism. So the enormous speed of potential conflict and threat of nuclear war, it highlights how military power, alliances, and warfare are no longer isolated to one nation. So, but instead, they are more likely linked globally through technologies, treaties, and international security concerns. No, katong mga treaty, katong mga kasunduan sa other countries. So muna, with that, makabuo po na siya og connections, no? So, environmental globalism, the global warming continues to accelerate, of course, no? Wala mo ginunang global warming. So, it emphasizes that environment does not recognize political borders. So, challenges like climate change, pollution, or biodiversity are shared problems that requires global cooperation. So, mula ito na katong, kung sa'y problem sa, for example, na global warming sa other country. So, mutabang po ng other country like katong, for example, sa Philippines, permanent nga mo kanan og bagyo, no? So, mo ang other country, maghatag sila og mga donation para hinabang. So, muna siya ang environmental globalism. Makakuha po siya connections. And then next is social and cultural globalism. So, it involves movement of ideas, information, images, and of people who carry ideas and information with them. So, it highlights how people from different parts of the world are increasingly influenced by and are connected to one another through culture, media, and social media interactions. So, for instance, religious ideas have spread throughout the world and greater scope and speed. Religious teachings are delivered today through mass media such as televisions, radio, and the internet. So, different religions is pwede na siya ma-access through online, no? Like, pwede na po mo attend og misa through online, tanong mga live videos. Unlike before, religious leaders had to walk by foot and had to deliver their messages in face-to-face manner. So, ano siyang social and cultural globalism, no? Kaya lahi na ron. Kaya through internet, pwede na ka makakonect to the other person. Well, ang sa una, walk-in pa sila, no? Dapat ilay face-to-face o ingon, kaya wala pa sila internet connection sa persona. So next, informationalism. So informationalism, globalism is tied to the notion of networks. Of course, no globalism. Kung walay networks, dili po ta makadali-dali og connect sa laing countries or other people. So network constitute the fundamental pattern of life, of all kinds of life. So the questions now is about the type of information as the binding force among people, things, and places around the globe. This technological paradigm associated with the computer science and modern telecommunications that replaces industrialism is called informationalism. So, mga computer science and modern telecommunications kay ilang gi-associate nga i-replace nila ang industrialism. Yung mga gitawag informationalism. So, this is due to the three of the most cutting-edge aspects of the social world in general and globalization in particular. So, mga ito three is the technology, media, and the internet. So, global citizenship. So, Cecilia Johanna von Piske, as cited in Battle D 2012, defined global citizenship as a moral and ethical disposition that can guide the understanding of individuals or group of local and global contexts and remind them of their relative responsibilities with various communities. So, Ang pasabot ni Cecilia Johanna Van Pisciani, ang global citizenship is muna siya no, though daghan kayo mga hinders sa globalism and globalization, but with the global citizenship, makibawta sa ato mga responsibilities kung sa atong angay buhaton sa different communities no kung asa ta nabilong. And then global citizens are the glue which binds local communities together in an increasingly globalized world. So muna siya, global citizenship is nakapilit na gyud siya sa mga local communities nga mo hinungdan nga mas ning increase ang globalization or mas dali kaayo mo nang gitawag globalization. So in Van Pisky's word, global citizens might be a new type of people that can travel within these various boundaries and somehow still make sense of the world. So there are three approaches of global economic resistance. The first one is trade-off protectionism. So it involves the systematic government intervention in foreign trade through tariffs and non-tariffs barriers. So muna siya na, ang trade-off protectionism is kanang muna siya ang kuan nga mo protect sa mga trading, no? Through tariffs and non-tariffs barriers. So to encourage domestic producers and deter their foreign competitors. So the second one is fair trade. So it is a different approach to economic globalization, which emerged as a counter to neoliberal free trade principles. So ang kaning fair trade is more the same na sila sa free trade principle. So it aims at a more moral and equitable global economic system in which, for instance, price is not set by the market. Instead, it is negotiated transparently by both producers and consumers. So, para fair trade is kanang dapat kanang ikuan na siya sa producers ug sa consumers na dili na iset sa kanang market na. And then the third one, that is form of resistance to economic globalization related to helping the bottom billion based on Collier 2007. Increasing aid is only one of the many measures that are required. International norms and standards can be adapted to the needs of the bottom million. So the World Social Forum, or WSF, is centered in addressing the lack of democracy in economic and political affairs. So however, the diversity of elements involved in WSF hinders the development of concrete political proposals. So ang kaning World Social Forum is muna siya no gibuhat ni siya para ma-address ang lack of democracy, economic o mga political affairs across the world. So since there is no single globalization, the future is also multidimensional. Some foresee the continuing expansion of globalization, both in general as well as in more specific globalization. So others have a far more pessimistic vision of Mad Max scenarios that could end the current era of globalization. So in conclusion, globalism and globalization shows that our world has always been interconnected. So, ang globalism o globalization, so sa una pa lang, before pa ning arrive ang 21st century, is interconnected na ang mga countries around the world. And then, but today's era is marked by faster, more advanced, and more complex networks shaped by technology, media, and internet. So, sa pag 21st century na, sa mga ning exist ang technology, ang network, ang mga media, so muna siya nga, ang globalization kay mas ning kusog ang iyang pag-spread sa connections, no? So these connections bring opportunities for economic growth, cultural exchange, and problem solving, but they also present shared challenges like conflict, inequality, and environmental crisis. So dili lang kay puro advantages ang globalism and globalization, and also they also have this disadvantage, no, like mga conflicts sa other nations or inequality and environmental crisis. So to address this, global citizenship is essential, reminding us that cooperation among individuals, communities, and international organizations is the key to building a more just, sustainable, and united world. So muta ang global citizenship is makatabang siya no para naay cooperation ang mga tao para mas ma-unified and maka-provide for sustainable development ang tanan ng countries across the world. So that's all. Thank you.